What was said between Jeff and Mike prior to this happening?
Why is he hiding behind you now?
He's not hiding behind me at all.
This aggression that Mike Van Wyck is showing here So I wanted to do a follow-up to my last video on the Mike Van Wyck, Jeff Nippard situation.
Damn.
For those that don't know who didn't see it, I'll play this footage on the screen while I'm telling you the story. Jeff Nippard and Mike Van Wyck, being a much bigger man than Jeff Nippard, throws him to the ground from his neck. And in this footage, we don't know what happened prior to this, but we do know that Jeff had a story up on Instagram addressing Mike Van Wyck.
I don't know the science-based guys. Science guys really need to answer this question before anything. Why is it that you remain so mediocre, yet you know so much?
I know I don't need to respond to this, but since he asked, using science-based training, I won Natural Bodybuilding Nationals. I earned my pro card on the most competitive stage in the World Natural Bodybuilding Federation. I placed second in my first bodybuilding pro show, and while doing this, I set the Canadian record on the bench press, and I set a provincial record on the squat. I currently weigh 180 pounds at 5 foot 5 inches tall, which is pretty close to my natural limit given my height and my genetics. That's all besides the point though, because facts are facts. Information is either right or wrong. It doesn't matter who that information is coming from. If the people with the best physiques had the most knowledge, why would C-Bum need a coach? He has the best physique on the planet. Who could possibly know more than him? Well, it's pretty obvious that bodybuilding success comes from great genetics and really hard training, and if you want to make it in the IFBB, steroid use. I like science because it gives me more confidence in what actually works and what doesn't, because it isolates variables. If you trust a big guy's advice over scientific studies, that doesn't bother me. I listen to what big guys have to say too.
But when you watch that video, at least from my point of view, I didn't see anything in that video that would warrant this type of behavior from Mike Van Wyck. And we've seen Mike Van Wyck before. Like I said, Eric Kanevsky, Joey Stacks. There's a situation where somebody in the booth where Mike Van Wyck was threatened to kill Eric Kanevsky. They went back to his booth. They all had words with each other.
I'm just saying.
I don't have a problem with anybody. It's just
This guy's the kindest dude I know. This guy's the coolest, most tricky dude I know.
So I'm like, what the fuck do you want? I'm like, can you guys leave the booth? This guy refuses to leave the booth.
Yeah, he doesn't refuse.
No, but hold on.
He just wanted to heighten weight. It's not a big deal.
No, bro.
And you don't tell someone about murdering someone, because I've done time, homie. And I've sat down with motherfucking murderers. My motherfucking name. So if you really want to talk about made motherfuckers, we talk about made motherfuckers.
Yeah, why is he hiding behind you now?
He's not hiding behind me at all.
This aggression that Mike Van Wyck is showing here didn't happen in the booth. They just talked and they went their separate ways. But where was his aggression? Was his aggression this way towards Jeff because he's a much bigger man? We didn't see that aggression towards Eric and Joey Stacks. But as I was saying earlier, we don't know, because we don't have this full video, right? What was said between Jeff and Mike prior to this happening? Because if it was only that video that Jeff put up on his story, that Instagram story, I can't imagine that somebody would do this to somebody just over that. When all of us watched it, I watched it, I didn't see an issue with it. That was just somebody expressing his opinion. Another thing I wanted to touch on was I saw some of the comments in my last video. People were mad at me saying that I chose sides. How can I, go on Mike's side for doing that to Jeff Nippard? And in my last video, I don't know how I came off. I mean, I curse, I say bitch, I say asshole, I say sharmuta, but I say this stuff to people that I love, not just people that I don't like what they're doing. But I never meant to take sides or give the impression that I was taking a side, because I wasn't. I was trying to tell a story. I was putting my comedic twist in it. I think most people who watch this channel know the way I do things, but if I did come off that way, I didn't mean to. Again, like I was saying, I hope we find out more to this story and find out what was said prior, because again, if Mike Van Wyck went and threw this guy down on the ground from just a story and nothing else happened, then Mike is, and yeah, I'm going to curse, Mike is then an asshole. Guys, thanks for watching. Remember, I never say this before too. Please hit like on my video.